of that.
Yeah,
Never
right.
heard
Oh,
of ET. And guess what, Curtis? It's that time. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar, and to my right is this gentleman. Who is you,
hi.
gentleman?
I'm Curtis from the Epic Marvel Podcast. Always a pleasure to be here to spoil some news for everybody. Oh yeah, thanks James for pointing that out. I have a Discord group if you like. It's not terribly active or anything, but we usually do like to chat after these epic announcements to talk about what we just heard. Taylor
James.
talks comics. Nice, see ya.
James is good people. James is good people, and so is
Yes, yes.
Taylor. Good afternoon, and yes, no doubt I will be disappointed. Now that's how you get
Yep,
excited, everybody. You come
that's
in with
right.
lowest expectations. That way, when you get mediocre things, you're like, "Holy crap, that was a lot better than I expected." What's going on, brother? Your book, along with everybody else's that's left, is finally going out tomorrow. I finally got everything packed up. What's up, Steven? How are you, brother? Good morning, Omar, Curtis, and Chad. If there's no Alpha in this collection, we will riot. No, you're not.
Take
Good
some video
afternoon,
clips.
Mitzies. What's up, Ryan? So really quick before we get started, I want to thank David Gabriel and all the folks at Marvel for sending us this advance solicitations for these books that are coming out in September of 2023. People have asked, is this the way we're going to be doing it from now on instead of doing it every quarter? Right now, it's up in the air. It's whatever Marvel decides to send our way, and this is the way they've done it for the last couple of months. So we'll take it. We want to beat that catalog before they show up in the catalog. So there's really not that much time. Sometimes it's very last minute. Sometimes we're waiting on covers. We do have a new line to announce, which is really interesting, and a new modern line. And then we've got a couple of reprints and a couple of epics. This is, I believe you called it a hodgepodge of collections,
Yeah,
Curtis.
I did. Yeah, it's a very odd assortment, definitely. A few surprises there. That new line, we'll talk about the new line because it's kind of a new line. It's not really a new line, so we'll
Maybe,
see. We'll
maybe.
talk about it.
Um, I bet we get X-Men Volume 13 now that Volume 5 of the Omnibus is coming next June. We will see. I'm here for I Told You So, and wow, it's like you've been in one of these shows before. It's like you've been in one of these shows before. Welcome back. Yes, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We try to do this from time to time. It used to be a quarterly thing every 3 months, and then we do this. We do the solicits every month, but which, by the way, it's going to be a little bit earlier this month because of Christmas and everything. I'm going to try to do it on December 22nd for the April solicitations. So that's in a couple of weeks. And that's Marvel April solicitations for collected editions. Bring on the Alf Epics. No. Neat t-shirt, Omar. Thank you so much. This was a gift from Rick Nelson, one of my viewers. He was kind enough to send this my way. Hey guys, I hope for Stern. No, this is actually, I take it back. I'm sorry. This is from my buddy Tina. He got me the other Wolverine shirt. That's also blue. I hope for Stern's Avengers, Doctor Strange, or reprints of Demon Bear Saga, When Titans Clash, or Fall of Asgard. All right. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe next time. Hello from Cleveland. What's up, Cleveland? Curious what the new line might be. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? I'm
Man,
glad
if
other
only we
people
had a
here
live stream.
are also asking for Demon Bear Saga reprints. I was disappointed it wasn't in the top 20 most wanted. Well, I think it wasn't because
It had just
it
been
had one
reprinted just
reprint.
before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure it will be back. Worry not. Because every year we do a top 20 most wanted epic reprints, and
Yep.
Marvel has been cranking them out, seriously.
And the
Actually,
two that we have today are actually two of the most commonly asked for Epic Collection reprints at the moment. So Marvel's listening.
yeah. And actually, I need to I need to. I'm gonna get that the Epic reprint file because I always forget to pull that up ahead of time. The file that I sent David because I'm curious where these are on that list.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. One of them, I don't even know if it would be on the list because it wasn't asked for. I think when you did the poll, but it has become very sought after since. Oh yeah,
Dude,
some of
I
our
need to.
favorite comic guys. That's Shane.
Smotlock right here has been watching my channel for a few years now. We actually met up at a Frankfurt convention in a small little town. It's the Frankfurt Con. He's such a good dude. So shout out to fellow Kentuckian Smotlock. Such a good guy. It's been a while since I've seen you on a live stream, brother. Hope you've been doing all right. You and the family are having a good holiday season. And is it raining in Kentucky? It is pouring down rain. So I hope the internet holds strong. Demon Bear was for quite a while out of print during the last poll, but hold on a second. Demon Bear was for quite a while out of print during the last poll because I voted.
Let's check your list there now that you have it pulled up.
It did make it. It's number. I didn't make it to the top 20. It was number 21.
Ah, there you go.
But
it's probably in there now if you did another poll.
Some guy did slide in the top 25 in there. So, dude, you're from Kentucky too? There's dozens of us. What's up, man? What part of Kentucky are you from? You ever been to Kentucky, Kurtis?
I have never been to Kentucky. You've never invited me over.
Is that all you need is an invitation?
Yeah.
Come on down, baby. We'll go.
Okay.
Come on down. Emmon Bear never made it. What? Dude, Michael Emmon. Yes, Kentucky represent. Oh, dude, Maysville? Hold on. I've been to London in that area, and I've been to like the Kentucky. What was it? The Kentucky. The chicken. The chicken. Not the chicken fair. Anyway. Apologies for that. I used to live in Louisville. Live in Texas now. Yeah, you're all the way in Big Texas. Okay. Oh no, they're multiple. What's up, DBZ All-Star? How are you, my brother? Yeah, I want to know all the Kentuckians. I went to Bee Spring, Kentucky for Thanksgiving. Went to you've been to Bowling Green then, and you've been to that area. Okay. Yeah, the Corvette Museum is awesome, man. Like they had like what's it called? The hole that just appeared, a sinkhole appear, and it swallowed some cars. So what they did is they decided to make a glass case around it so you can look down there where the cars went down. It's kind of
really,
yeah, dude. That happened a few years ago. I didn't even know we had sinkholes in Kentucky. I've driven through Kentucky.
Fixing it, let's turn it into a tourist attraction.
Oh, this is getting good. I too am from Kentucky, dude. My brothers live in Louisville. What's up, SpiderMan? This is what's up. Indiana over Kentucky. Yeah, okay, all right. Not that kind of show. Need more Surfer and Punisher epics. That we do. No, Kentucky Fried Chicken does not count. Kentucky Derby food is to die for, especially the pie. People really like that. Cheers from Panama. Been a long time follower. What's up, Daniel? How are you, my brother? And we have a fellow, and I say fellow because I represent both Kentucky and Peru. So my buddy Dennis Pajuelo right here is un peruano. Viva Peru, carajo. You watching the World Cup, brother?
No, he's watching us.
No, not right now. I mean, like, the sound is in and out, Omar. Uh-oh. Is it?
Oh, not for me. It's not. I can hear you just fine.
I hear you. There's a little bit of crackling, but I hope Is everybody else hearing us okay, or do I need to tweak the sound? Let me know before we get started. Chile por acá. Just a simple Kentuckian with 4 comic podcasts. That's up. What's up, dude?
Whoa.
New Jersey. That's not that. You're not a simple Kentuckian with 4 comic podcasts. That makes you a complicated Kentuckian. The only In-N-Out. Dude, I ain't been to an In-N-Out. We ain't got no In-N-Out here in Kentucky. It sucks. Now I'm hungry. Sound is good for me. Dude, you're in Japan? My wife and kids. That's our goal, to go to Japan next year. We're very excited. Let's see. Let me get a couple more comments, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Anyone here from Iowa? Anybody here? Dude, Michael.
I'm going to Iowa next week.
All right. He's really
never been to Kentucky, but I've been to Iowa many times because my wife's family is all there in Cedar Rapids.
You have family there?
Yep.
And
We'll be
what
heading
like
out there next week
mom's side,
for the
dad's side?
holiday.
How is that?
Oh yeah, no, my wife's family is all from there. That's where she's from.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get started. What do you think, Curtis? Why? There's nothing to do in Iowa. I'm in
Tell me
Iowa.
about it. I know. There's one comic book store and there's a half price books, and so I'll be going to those places.
Is there a gift for Japan? There was. Somebody was kind enough to make me one, and I cannot find that email. I'm in Iowa. Look at that. Iowa here.
Nice.
Iowa.
Look at that.
Lars is from Iowa. That's right. Lars. Both him and Curtis are getting together for dinner
Yep,
without
we
me.
are.
Yeah.
We are going to meet up in Iowa.
I'm in Florida. Please send help. We can send you some books. That's all we can do.
Thoughts
That's
and
why
prayers.
his wife left Iowa. Wow.
It actually is. You know it.
Michael, by the way, Michael Emmett, I don't know if you know this or not, but he's a fellow Canadian.
Nice.
I'm sure you guys know each other since
I do know him. I just didn't know he was he was Canadian and also in Greenland. That's cool.
couldn't tell by how kind he is. Couldn't. Miami, Florida, dude. I used to spend my summers in Miami Beach. I have my uncle lives down there. And dude, there was nothing better than being in your 20s and going to Miami Beach and going to South Beach and just hitting up all the clubs. Sometimes I miss those days. Sometimes. Florida needs mental health services, and I say that as someone currently living in Texas. Woo! My dude, DBZ All-Star. Des Moines is expanding rapidly, though. Easy. Oxmeat Pete, can you send me that again? Can you email me that GIF again, please? Thank you, brother. I live right next to Tennessee and Kentucky border in Robertson County. Okay. Atlanta, Georgia. Dude, I love Atlanta. That's another one of my favorite places I used to love visiting in my 20s. Had some friends that lived there. California. I need to make it back out to Cali. It's been a couple of years. I used to work the place that I used to travel for. Like that was one of our places. What I would go to California. I would go to Portland, Oregon, and Seattle. Like I would hit that coast. Miami's not the best comic friendly place. I go up north, Tarmac Tate Comics. Hi from work. Shh, don't tell my boss. You got it. I hope your boss isn't watching either. Halifax, Nova Scotia. I wonder if they sought after Amazing Spider-Man. So Amazing Spider-Man 16 seems to be the one, right? The one to like that people want for Spidey.
Seems to be that. Yep. It's been a gap in the Epic collections for several years. We have before, we have after.
We have one new series to announce, even though Curtis is like, oh, I don't know if it's a new series. And I know what he's going to say. I'm ready for it. And we have one new modern Epic collection, which makes me happy because it kind of coincides with what was announced previously. I believe last month, right, Curtis? Or the 2 months?
I don't remember.
Let's get to the epics before my kid. All right, we're doing this for Ben Waller.
Okay.
All right, for Ben Waller. Let's go ahead and get started. Smash that like button, everybody. Don't kill the messengers. I haven't said that in a long time. I try to remind people of that when I'm announcing Omnis. They're like, this isn't the one I wanted. I'm sorry. I just announced it. All right, let's do it, brother.
Okay, you have to spotlight the slideshow here. There you go. Okay.
All right.
This is stuff coming out September 2023, and I have to check, but I believe September 2020.
Hold on 1 second. Harry Alvarado. Okay. Hey, Omar, I handle all your shipments of advanced copies. Just dropping in to say love what you're doing and about to pack another box for you today. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you to you and all my freaking carriers that bring boxes over here. You all have no idea how much that means to me. My wife wants to kill me sometimes when there's like 5 boxes outside. And I'm sure the U.S. Postal Service and UPS driver want to kill me too. But thank you so much, Harry. Seriously. I really appreciate that, brother.
Do you have just boxes, empty boxes all over the place all the time?
No, we recycle. And when I donate books to like libraries and stuff, that's part of the deal now. They know, like the kids or the school libraries. I'm like, you're taking the box. Like, I know there's only 2 books in there, but you're taking the box.
Nice. That's great. Okay.
All right.
So I just wanted to say that September 2013 was the launch of the Epic collections. So this month is the 10-year anniversary. So the September 2023 is the 10-year anniversary of Epic Collections.
That's crazy. It's been 10 years.
Yep. 10 years.
For some reason, it feels both longer and not as long. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like it's just a really rapid pace. If you can believe that, we've almost got an entire run of Thor, and Iron Man, and Captain America. Like the pre-Heroes Reborn stuff. In 10 years, they cranked out 20 plus volumes, and that, or they're not quite at 20 volumes yet, but in a few years it'll be 20 plus volumes, and that is just incredible pace.
Man, 10 years, it really does feel that, you always heard it when you were young, like time flies and all that, and oh my gosh, it really does. All right, so September. Let's do it.
So we're gonna start with the reprints here. We have a reprint of Round Robin, Spider-Man Epic Collection Volume 22 coming out. This one, in the last 4 or 5, maybe 6 months, people have been asking for this one a lot. But it's been really out of print, and the price in the secondary market has shot way up. And so I'm glad that this was coming back for all of you.
This for people that wanted to know and voted on our top 20 most wanted Marvel Epic reprints, this was number 8 on the list. So if you want to know, Curtis, here's a quick reminder. We had Amazing Spider-Man 17, Kramer's Last Hunt. That was number 1. X-Men 4, It's Always Darkest Before the Dawn was number 2. Number 3 was Goblin Lives. That's Spider-Man 4. 15 was Ghosts of the Past. I'm sorry, Volume 15 is Ghosts of the Past. That's number 4 of the most wanted. Daredevil, Volume 13, A Touch of Typhoid was number 5. Number 6, Punisher, Circle of Blood, which is being reprinted. Thor, number 17, Immortal Flesh is number 7. And then coming in at number 8 is Amazing Spider-Man Round Robin. So those
all of 7, those, they've all been reprinted recently. I think they are literally going down the list. So that's very cool, actually. This one gives me hope because this one gives me hope because this is actually, it's not the best content out of all of these Epic Collections. It's not one of my favorite ones, but it shows that
this has like the early Michelini stuff, right? And the first appearance of Carnage?
Barely
cameos.
No, this does not have the first appearance of Carnage. They cut off
no. Cameo.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Oh, the cameo stuff. Yeah, it has the cameo.
Don't you roll your eyes at me? It does have.
But the 3-part Carnage, that first Carnage story is in the volume after this one. But this one has half of it is a huge annual story, and half of it is the Round Robin story. And not my favorite. But what this tells me is that Marvel is not going to just reprint just the most famous stuff or the most popular stuff. They'll reprint all of it. They'll get around to all of it eventually. So those missing volumes in your collection will be filled in, and I like that.
See, first Cletus Cassidy appearance, and the first
Cletus Cassidy appearance, but not first Carnage appearance.
Well, no, the little Carnage thing shows up, and he's looking at it with that evil face.
I guess if you consider. Do you consider Carnage the symbiote or Carnage the combined?
I'm not. I don't even sell comics, so I don't really care. I just like arguing with you. So I do agree. It's not the most popular of things, but it does really have an awesome story in here that kind of ties up some loose ends from Moon Knight's run. Because that's true. Round Robin, Sidekick's Revenge. It's all the character of Midnight coming back, and you left me for dead, and now, oh man, I love this stuff. Because, no, you're wrong, Curtis. This was good to some of us, okay? Because it's got the team up between my new warrior show up in here. You have Nova, Night Thrasher. He teams up with the Punisher, Darkhawk, Moon Knight, and they go up against Round Robin and what was that society called? I can't even remember. Not the Midnight Society.
The Shadow Society? No, not. Yeah, Midnight. Midnight.
Was it the Midnight? No. It was
I don't remember.
Secret Society? Something like that. I'm sure somebody in the chat will know.
Anyway, should we go on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep going for the guy that's
next.
Kids don't come.
Second reprint for this month is X-Men Collection Volume 6, Proteus. People have been asking for this one too. Where is it on the list, Omar?
This is number 14 on the list. So we've had, let me see. So number 14, Amazing Spider-Man
8
2.
was Round Robin.
8 was Round Robin. Amazing Spider-Man 2, Great Responsibilities 9. Star Wars New Republic 4 was number 10. Bad Moon Rising Moon Knight 1 was number 11. X-Men 5 Second Genesis was 12. Avengers West Coast Lost in Space and Time 13. making this one number 14.
Okay, Lost in Space Time hasn't been reprinted yet,
Well,
so
neither
that one
has
might
New
be
Republic 4,
right.
right?
But isn't that one getting an omnibus now?
It is, but usually omnibus doesn't mean that it's not going to come out in an epic format.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll have to see if they reprint that Star Wars title. That would be interesting.
But yeah, congratulations to the people that voted on this one and have wanted it. Omar, I finally ordered New Warriors Omni Volume 1 this week. Now you guys will announce the epics, I'm sure. Not this time, Smotlocks. When you get Volume 2, that's when we'll announce it. And for the people that have been wanting this one, I always like to remind people that if you're wanting a reprint of a book that you previously missed, try to get it within that first week or so if you can, right? I don't want anybody to go broke because it is, well, no, it won't be the holidays when these come out. These are September, but still, it's because they don't print as many of the reprints as they do the new printings of the new books. So Proteus is one that kind of came and went, like Proteus.
Yep.
And Proteus was one that I got a lot of emails about because people were saying that they're changing the paper stock.
Yeah.
And this new printing should have the same paper stock that we've had for the last few. Well, I guess it's been over a year now.
Yeah, it should be thicker for sure.
It
wasn't as thin.
I'm not saying that Michael Emmon quit taking my words out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's true. This one came out right at the beginning of COVID, all the lockdowns and stuff, and I don't know if that affected things, but it went super fast. It went out of print really quick, and then so it's been out for a couple of years now. Now it's coming back. Okay, so should we go on to see what the new modern epic is going to be in this month?
You want the new modern epic?
Let's see what it is.
Let's do it.
Guardians of the Galaxy Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1. Somebody's got to do it. Collecting Annihilation, Conquest, Star-Lord 1-4, and Guardians of the Galaxy, the 2008 series, numbers 1-12.
If you've never read this, holy crap, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, this is a great series.
It's an amazing series. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I didn't know this is the route they were going to go with epics and modern epics, but we have a Guardians of the Galaxy epic that's coming out. I think a month before this, right? In August of 2023, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. We announced it the last time.
Yeah, I think it's a little earlier in the year, but that's here, I can check just a second.
Okay. But now this is the modern era, and the big question is it pretty readable without the main cosmic stuff, like it's attached to like War of the Kings? And somebody asked me this when talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy omnibus. I've had several of my viewers that just had that omnibus that did not get the rest of the Cosmic Saga because not everybody has $500 or $600 to spend on 5 books, and they just wanted the core, and they enjoy the crap out of it. And I think you'll be fine because this kicks off during the Annihilation Conquest era, and it doesn't collect Annihilation Conquest, but it collects like pretty much the aftermath. Like, okay, Star-Lord forms the team of the new Guardians in that miniseries. Annihilation Conquest happens, and then we get Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, it's so good. I think you'll be fine if you've never read it.
I never read it, and I read the Guardians of the Galaxy series, and I had no problem.
Yeah, and then when you get into the War of the Kings, you'll see, War of the Kings these were actual limited series, so it's not like War of the Kings 1 continues into Guardians of the Galaxy 25 and things like that. It was just like the Guardians were kind of doing their own thing, but still part of the event.
So what this book tells me is that there will be a definite split between. We were wondering, well, does this mean with the modern era epics that they'll just kind of continue the numbering of the old series or whatever? But no, Guardians of the Galaxy epic collections are definitely different than Guardians of the Galaxy modern era epic collections, and maybe this one makes more sense because it's a completely different team, but it has the same title. So unlike New Avengers, which had a title change, so gets a new number 1 volume, This one could easily have been Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 10 or 11 or whatever, but it's not. They're going to do number 1.
I find it here. Let me actually remove this so people can see the whole thing. The irony behind all this is that we as fans have been calling this the modern cosmic era of Marvel comics.
Yeah.
And now they're using the modern era epic collection to describe this book. It just makes me happy. As fans that we've been calling it this for years, we were right. Or maybe subconsciously we just went into the head of the Marvel creative people that put these books together, and they're like, hey, you know what? For some reason, I want to call this the modern era of Guardians of the Galaxy, starting here. So I guess we have this is 2006, 2007, right? So
it says the Star-Lord series is from 2007.
Okay, 2007, but New Avengers was a little before this. New Avengers was about 2003, 2002. So right. I wonder if there's a point, like a breaking point, where they're like, okay, moving forward. Because we always try to guess what it was that made the breaking point between like no more epics after this point, only complete collections or whatever they were going to do.
I think it's going to be different for each line. Oh yeah, that I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Nova movie. Then I'm sure we'll get modern and classic Nova epic collections.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's different for each line. Each line it'll tackle differently just depending on when creative teams leave, or I think you can pretty much pinpoint for each character where the tonal shift in their history happens, and it's usually around the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, and I think of lines like the epic lines, the classic epic lines were wonderful, and you get to a certain point, and you're like, okay, after this, after this point, obviously they're going to stop because Avengers stops, and then it went over to Heroes Reborn. That is your cutoff time. And then you get Thor and Fantastic Four and Captain America in the same way. But I always mention the problem is when you have titles like Uncanny X-Men or Wolverine that never really ended. So I always said, okay, Onslaught is going to be the cutoff point. And then we got that one Wolverine epic. The one with Liefeld and
Gross, I think. Blood Dead. It's called Blood Dead.
Yeah. I think. And I'm like, well, there goes my theory. I guess it's anything goes now. So thank you for that correction. New Avengers was 2005.
Nice.
All right. Let's keep going.
So we have let's see what we have next here. Star Wars Legends Epic Collection, New Republic, Volume 7. Look at all of those one-shots and miniseries there.
Look at that cover.
Yeah, great cover.
That's an awesome cover. So that's a lot of Boba Fett.
Lady so let's see here.
Murder.
Bounty on Barracuda, When the Fat Lady Swings, Murder Most Foul. That was kind of a 3-issue miniseries, but it was, they were all titled differently. And then another follow-up a couple of years later called Agent of Doom. And then Jedi Academy Leviathan 1-4. The Mixed Up Droid. I like this comic. The Mixed Up Droid is a mini comic that was used as in some merch packages, I think, or some toys or something. So it's neat that they have it there. It's a square shape.
I like that card. We did have a book of Boba Fett, didn't we? We actually had a Star Wars book that was called the Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett Blood Ties, I think is what it was called. I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me. But it was collecting like some of these stories already. So people were like, oh man, they're not going to do a New Republic Volume 7. Or not, at that time it was a Volume 6. But they did. And then here's Volume 7.
It's a nice wide variety of stuff too, the Chewbacca limited series and stuff. So yeah. Cool.
Anybody watching know if this is the final volume of this?
No, there should be one more.
Oh, thank you, Curtis. And you're watching, so I guess you count. Blood Ties and Jango. Oh, Blood Ties with Jango and Boba Fett. Yeah, you're right, because there was that one story where he went after his quote unquote brother. So thank you. Yes, one more. Star Wars Jedi Academy, Anakin didn't kill us. Omar, do you think they'll ever do reprints of Star Wars epics? That's been the question. One of them got voted in our top 20 last year, so I'm hoping so.
I will say that a couple of them have been reprinted, but they weren't new ISBNs, so they didn't get resolicited. So they just kind of went out there. But you can
so
find
more
some
like
printings.
Those are more like stealth restocks almost, so there wasn't like a big hoopla about it. Which Marvel has been doing a phenomenal job lately of going back and reprinting trade paperbacks like that are not epics. Some of them are like Ultimate Collections and things like that. Just out of the blue, they've been reprinting like stacks of trade paperbacks, and they've been doing a hell of a job doing that. Those things don't get announcements like this because, like Kurtis said, they don't get a new ISBN. So my suggestion is, if you're interested in something like a trade paperback that you've been keeping an eye on, put it on your wish list. I know that Cheap Graphic Novels, who's our sponsor here in America, has a wish list. I'm not sure about. I don't think In Stock Trades does. I don't think they do. But if you put it on your wish list, they'll email you when it's in stock. That's one way you can just put it there and forget about it. And then when it comes in stock, hey, cool. Invasion still to come for New Republic. So we'll think one more then, right?
Yeah, one more.
Let's see. Make sure to pre-order this. The one with Boba Fett on the cover seems to go out of print quickly and become expensive on the secondary market. Yeah, those Star Wars epics aren't no, they're no joke.
Yep.
I had no. IST does have a wish list feature. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Star Wars Tales of Romance, Curse and Rough like Stone. We don't quote Star Wars
like
2 here.
Sand. Oh man, I hate sand.
All right, Kurtis, what's up? How many we got left?
Let me see here. We have 3 left. This next one is an odd one. Okay.
Odd.
And this is what I was like. This is the kind of a new line, but it's not really technically an epic collection. You'll see what I mean in just a second here.
Press 1 if you are at work in a meeting. Yes, yes.
Miracle Man.
I am
the original
happy.
Epic.
I am so happy about this one because I got an email about someone saying, "Hey, people are complaining in a Facebook group that Miracle Man Omnibus is too much money because it's full of extras." And I couldn't say anything at the time. Like, well, just wait. There's going to be an epic later, but now we can finally announce it. So, Miracle Man, the original epic. This is huge.
Yeah.
This is for people that wanted to read it and aren't getting the omnibus. This is huge. This collects Miracle Man 1, 3, 6 through 16. I'm not skipping any issues. Those other issues were just reprints. The material from Warrior 1 through 18, 20 through 21, Marvel Man Special 1, A11, and as presented in Miracle Man 1 through 16. So that's like the extra stories with the new colors. All new Miracle Man annual number 1. Kurtis, what is so big about this? Big being the key word.
Big. Well, I mean, it's what is so big about it? This is not an original Marvel title. It's originally a UK title or a UK published series and brought over by Eclipse in the 80s. Now Marvel has the rights to it. It's an Alan Moore story, but he doesn't want his name associated with it, so it's just credited as being by the original writer. But yeah, Marvel redid these in 2014 with new coloring and added a few things, changed a few things here and there. But now it's coming back in paperback. We don't have a page count on this, but it's not going to have all of the bonus material because there's no way that their trade paperbacks just aren't that thick. So this will be for all of you who are angry that the omnibus is so expensive because it has so much bonus material.
And I'm not saying there were a lot of people. It was one person emailing me that some people were complaining about it. And I never, like, to me, I don't even think about that because when I buy big deluxe books, if they don't come with extras, I'm almost disappointed. I'm like, oh, that's not cool. There's no sketches here. By the way, that is a brand new cover by Alan Davis. This one here is definitely mature content.
Yeah, there is some very, very graphic stuff. One person says, will issue number 15 be completely uncensored? And it was in the omnibus, and I expect that it will be in this too.
Yeah, keep in mind, the only things that were censored were the two derogatory terms used by, I don't want to spoil who the villain is, but by the villain in the third arc. The racist terms, and those were censored out. There was
and that
one,
doesn't affect the story at all.
but the booty shot, his wife's booty shot, that's still in there. Well, people were complaining about that in the digital comic when the digital comics came out, because they were like, "Oh, they've censored Miracle Man, the travesty."
Oh, did they really?
Booty shot. But yeah, now we're getting this in epic format. So this is the one that we were talking about, that we were like, it's kind of a volume 1, a new volume. Would they include, when it's said and done, the Neil Gaiman era in here, like the Gold and Silver Age and the Dark Age? Once that's done as a Miracle Man, the original epic. It's called the original epic too. Pretty slick.
I mean, it's not technically an epic collection. It's just called the original epic. Like there's an Atlantis Attacks, the original epic is coming out, but did it come out already? But it didn't have like the epic collection trade dress or anything like that. So I don't think this one will either. Personally, and this is probably just for legal reasons or whatever, but I'm a little disappointed that we aren't going to see like the original colors, because I really do like the original 1980s colors. But
I think you said it though. I think it's, I didn't get into it because I didn't want anybody thinking I spoke for Marvel when I'm doing an overview, but I think a lot of it has to do with the same reason. This can never be reprinted, the colors.
Yeah.
And that's because the colors belong to Eclipse. That's a different copyright. Yeah. So, because the original ones came out in black and white, and then when they were brought over here to America, when Eclipse started printing them, they did their own colors. So those colors now fall on Eclipse. I don't even know. Is it still McFarlane that owns the rights to that? I wouldn't even know.
Probably. I think so.
But they are using the new colors from, I guess, whenever they brought the character back into Marvel Comics.
2014. So,
yeah. But it's all in there. I mean, if you look at the overview of my omnibus, it's pretty horrific. Some of the things that you're going to see. It's not your typical Marvel comic.
No, it's not.
It's definitely one that I think everybody should read if you're not easily offended by violence, over-the-top violence, or
it's on
sexual content.
Yeah. The level of violence is like over. I think that it's worse than the Marvel Max stuff. That's when like that type of violence.
Mm-hmm. The colors are copyrighted. There are a lot of legal things that happen behind the scenes, but the reason they can't, like the colors in here in Akira, when it was released in America, these were released over by Marvel Comics and Epic. Those colors now belong to them. So Kodansha, the licensor for Akira, cannot reprint them in color.
So you have to remember that coloring is still an art, like it's still artwork. Mm-hmm. And it's still owned by somebody, and so whoever does that new coloring owns that coloring. So I think that's a lot of why you see also places like Dynamite, when they do the Conan books and the Red Sonja stuff. When they reprint that, they it was Dark Horse did the Conan stuff, Conan Chronicles. They recolored it because now they have their own. They can hold that the ownership over that coloring job or that version of the reprint.
So yeah, there's all kinds of legalities with it. I don't have an exact answer, and I'm sure it's a headache for the people that worked on these books and wanted to have the original colors, but it's just sometimes things are way over everybody's head. Wait, so could the owners of the colors republish just the colors? I always joked about that with Akira, because people are like, "Oh, that has to come out." And I'm like, "Okay, the only way you're going to get that is if was it Paul Matt? No, Steve Oliff, right? It's Steve Oliff that did the colors in Akira. That they would put like in a transparent, like one of these transparent papers. They just do the color.
That would be awesome.
And then you just put
like vellum or something.
That would be ridiculous, Curtis. That is a dumb idea. Do not listen to me.
Oh man, that would be so funny. I love it.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, this.
Okay, yeah. we've got two more to talk about, and these are the classic epic collections that are coming out in September. And I know it's like only two, but and yeah, that is actually less than we usually would get in a typical month. We usually would see four.
I
So
say this is a classic.
I think we're going to get some more later on added to the list. But here we go. Avengers Epic Collection Volume 10, the Yesterday Quest. This is the Korvax Saga, basically. It's collecting Avengers numbers 167 to 188 and an annual 8 and 9 and material from Marvel Tales number 100.
I cannot wait for the and get rid of. You have no idea how crappy my trade paperback of the Korvax Saga. It's so crappy. Cannot wait for this. Finally.
This was a question of whether we were going to get this volume or not, because this is going to be a major double dip with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Epic Collection Volume 2, which should have been due out around this time this year if they were going to do one a year. And we were thinking that this would be, it would be Epic Collection Volume 2 instead of this one. But they're going to give us this one here. We got an earlier Avengers Epic Collection earlier in the year called The Gathering. And so that was the quote unquote modern Avengers volume, and this is the classic Avengers volume.
And it's a paid as cover, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
The Yesterday Quest. Yeah. So 167 to 188. Man, awesome. Cannot wait. This is the first series to have volumes 1 through 10.
That is correct. Yep.
Thor
almost
there, right?
Thor volume 9 is coming out in 2023, so it's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And I think SpiderMan volume 9 is coming out in 2023 as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm not getting this, but I'm getting Guardians volume 2, so I'm fine. Guardians volume 2.
I mean,
that's right, because it does, but it's not complete though. That doesn't collect all the Korvax Saga.
Yeah, because there's a second storyline. The Korvax Saga only takes up maybe half of this book, and then there's a second storyline in here. Man, I can't remember what it's about, but there's that one's the one that's called the Yesterday Quest, I think.
It's the one with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, where they go to Mount Wendigo, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has something to do with Vision as well, right?
Say that's the one. Curtis, why are you questioning me?
Yeah.
Is it right? It's the one where you get the origin of them, and what's his name? The wizard dude comes back. Oh my gosh!
Read the back. It says,
right?
bookending this volume, we have the Yesterday Quest, a storyline with deep revelations for the Scarlet Witch, including her first encounter with the evil power of the Darkhold.
Thank you. 185 to 186. Yes. That alone is worth it, dude. Whenever the Avengers are hanging upside down and she's like in the middle,
yeah, that's right. That famous cover.
Scarlet Witch is evil. You're gonna miss out on that. But if you're not an Avengers fan, then I guess it doesn't matter. You buy that Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep. Okay, one more to go, and I know everyone's gonna love this, especially our good buddy Bill Owens. It is Venom Epic Collection. He is. Venom Epic Collection Volume 4, The Madness.
I should have told people to smash that like button before you show the final one, because that's all that always divides people with the. Yep. I want to know.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, say it.
Say what?
Smash that
like button. You ruined the moment, Curtis. You killed it. It's okay. Next time.
Okay. This one collects Iron Man number 302, Darkhawk 35 to 37, Venom the Madness, Venom the Enemy Within, Incredible Hulk versus Venom, Venom the Mace, Night Watch number 5 and 6, and Venom Knights of Vengeance 1 to 4.
Does this double dip with the Omnis? Yes, it does.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have the Venomnibus 1 through 3, yes, I believe most of these are found in volume 2 of the Venomnibus. Yeah. This is oh man, that Darkhawk stuff. I want that so bad in omnibus format. But yeah, it has the fight with when he lands on that island, when Eddie Brock is just chilling on that island, and another superhero shows up, and that's during the time when his when what's his fit That's not much of a spoiler. Do people care about Darkhawk? When what's his name? Tombstone ripped his like diamond out, and he lost some of his powers, and he's dying. Yeah, very cool, man. I love that stuff. And the Madness, that's the one with Juggernaut, isn't it? Kelly Jones doing
Yeah,
the
the
art.
one with exactly, and he gets like all of these heads, different heads on his shoulders.
Yeah, Kelly Jones, man, great artist. Perfect for characters like Venom. Excited about that Avengers for sure. That's when I started reading Avengers as a kid. That's awesome. Marvel hates Amazing Spider-Man 16. Omar, Darkhawk spoilers. I'm sorry. He lives. If that means anything. You get to eat in September, but wait until October. Spoiler alert for something that spoiler for Darkhawk. My bad.
So this cover for this Epic collection, the original version is glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark,
All of the
wasn't
white
it?
bit, all of and I was like, man, can we get a glow in the dark Epic cover? But I don't think that's gonna happen.
One day, maybe. One day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the roundup, just in case you're keeping track. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 22 Round Robin reprint, an X-Men Volume 6 Proteus reprint, Guardians of the Galaxy Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1. Somebody's got to do it. Star Wars Legends The New Republic Volume 7, Miracle Man The Complete Epic, Avengers Volume 10 The Yesterday Quest, and Venom Volume 4 The Madness. Oh, I forgot to mention Volume 4, starting with The Madness, ensures that Volume 2 of Venom, or Volume 3 of Venom, which we don't have yet, is going to be all Maximum Carnage, pretty much, except for the Funeral Pyre series will be in there as well. Pyre. Funeral Pyre.
Oh, yes. And I guess that will go into the Daniel Way era of Venom. I got you, Colin. Next time, baby.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So, Kurtis, what's the one you're most excited about?
I'm gonna have to say Avengers Volume 10 is my well, actually, I mean Miracle Man. I didn't buy the Omni because it's just way too expensive for me, but I've been trying to find these hardcovers, but now I don't have to because I'm gonna get the
which hardcovers? The Marvel Epics or the premiere?
They had these.
Yeah,
they released these like 10 years ago or something like that. I got the first one and I haven't been able to find the other two. But now I don't have to look.
Hold on a second. This is the question right here. So the Miracle Man Epic collects all the material that is in the Omni. Yes, but not the supplemental stuff, not the extras. So if you just want the story, and you're okay with softcover format and standard size, this is the one to get.
Yeah.
Dude, Avengers. Yes. I cannot wait to replace that crappy trade paperback I've had for 20
Do you have the one with the yellow border?
Yep, yellow border.
That's the one. Okay, yeah, I got that one too.
But I also had the Yesterday Quest. I think that's what it was called, the Yesterday Quest. Or no, it was called Nights in Winterguard, something like that. But that I'm excited for. And what is everybody else excited for? What's the one epic you're excited for from this batch? Let me go back a little bit here. And no, Omar. We can definitely skip Daniel Way era. Facts. Just Avengers and Guardians for V. Avengers 10. Huge surprise. And Spidey 22. Nope, that one's not here. Missed that the first time. Is that in our most wanted? Was that one voted in our most wanted? Kurtis, do you remember?
Yeah, that's Round Robin. Volume 22 is Round Robin.
Oh, thank you. I had to go back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good thing I have a co-host. Korvac Saga stopped my complete disappointment. I'm glad. More Darkhawk spoilers. What's up, Nathan? How are you?
Get ready for it, Nathan. Darkhawk was really an android.
Dude, Darkhawk was awesome. Thank you for that, brother. Only Avengers 10 for me. Will the Korvac epic include the epilogue that was in the trade paperback? Yes. Like everything that's been collected before that Marvel did in their previous trade paperbacks has been collected in epics and omnis.
Yep.
Half the Miracle Man omnibus was extras. The epic is nothing but killer, no filler. My man, look at that.
There you go.
Pre-order the X-Men Executioner song epic collection.
Nice.
Yes, well, you shoot. We don't know the prices yet. This is just like that will be in the solicits that we do every month. Whenever you see them, like you'll see the page count, you'll see the prices and the finished cover. Avengers 10 for my buddy Smotlock. Lots of Avengers love here. Proteus, Claremont. Yeah, if you missed out on Proteus, then this is it. Amazing Spider-Man 22. So happy to be getting these reprints. Miracle Man, epic. I love it. I love that people are picking up Miracle Man in epic format. Brand new cover too. We're gonna go through the covers here in a second. By Alan Davis. Avengers 10. Avengers. No Punisher. Maybe I hope Punisher comes back because my shelf is missing some of those Punisher classics. But if you've not read the new Punisher, holy crap, it's actually really good. Like I hated the idea of the symbol, and I'm like, I know he's gonna go and be with the Hand. I just don't care. But it was surprisingly really good. Now you're gonna get that in a modern epic in 2029, Curtis. So you might have to wait a little while to read it. So Venom 3 will collect Maximum Carnage, right? That's the one they skipped. Right. Is that right?
Yep, they've skipped Volume 3. It'll be Maximum Carnage. It'll be Venom, Funeral Pyre, and probably some supplemental things, appearances or whatever.
Amazing Spider-Man 16 and X-Men 18. Very excited for nearly all these. Might skip on a few, but very excited for everyone getting them instead. Love it. Just 2 for me. My wallet breathes a sigh. 2 is good.
That's good. Yep, that's okay.
Our Mega Man's got a wish list here of Spider-Woman Silver Sable. Not a lot of people ask for that character in the Wild Pack. Or Dazzler in Omni or Epics. We need girl power. I think we'll get a Spider-Woman classic. I'm pretty sure we will one day. Dazzler Buzz is Rebel by Design. I haven't seen her in a while. She would love that. And I think
that anything that has a Masterworks will eventually show itself in the Epic collections. So that puts Spider-Woman and Dazzler on the track for sure.
He meant Omnibus first, though. He didn't.
Nope, no. Well,
what?
Yes, some people make mistakes.
Avengers, Miracle Man, yes. Guardians is a maybe. If you've not read it, I would strongly suggest reading it. It's so good. Dazzling Dazzler Buzz. I want Claremont run a Spider-Woman. That would be in the first volume. 0 for me this month, but that's okay. Next year I already had months with 3 or 4 epics. My wallet could use a breather. Come on, Omar. I have no say. I can just suggest things. You think they do a Silver Sable since she was featured in the PlayStation Spider-Man video game? She's such an obscure character, even with video game tie-ins. I think they would have to have some kind of like TV show or some kind of appearance.
Yeah. She was going to have a movie, but that.
But Sony does what Sony does. I want Hawkeye Epic Collection. Dude, that's right. I forgot about Hawkeye.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't crank that out fast like they did with the Black Widow ones.
Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, then we would have a modern epic. I wonder if they'll do a Black Widow modern epics. That would be cool. Because there's some really good stories that, were collected in miniseries that went on to, like, a 12-issue maxi series. Curtis knows that for me, it's Amazing Spider-Man 22. He knows my pain.
I texted him just before this and said, "Hey, Travis, make sure you're watching the stream today. There's something in there for you."
Oh, you could have suckered. You should have texted Phil, let him know Venom is coming. Indiana Jones Epics to tie in with the new movie. I'm curious about that because that's one of those properties with the Fox buyout, like Predator and Aliens and Star Wars, that they could do, but it's also a Lucas thing too. So I wonder if that's got something to do with it, that they have to do extra. Where is New Warriors? Indeed. The people demand more Warhawk. The Darkhawk. I don't know why I said Warhawk. And I agree. We need 2099 epics. Marvel team up.
Yeah. Or at least a second volume of Marvel 2-in-1. We don't have that either.
Do you remember that? I don't think I don't know if I ever sent it to you. 2 years ago when we were about to do one of these shows, I had to pull something out and be like, hey, they changed their mind on something. Yeah, and I said that's what they changed their minds So there's hope that one day we will
Yeah.
get that. I think it's just a scheduling thing, and yeah. 80
Yeah.
Spider-Man needs epicizing in a big way. We do have some. We need that post the Falco era. Well, it would be after Kraven's Last Hunt and before Venom, right? That would be one volume in between those.
That's volume 16. That's the one that everyone's asking for. But there's a couple volumes before that too, like the
Yeah,
Roger
but
Stern stuff.
I was
in the
gonna
early
say the
80s.
Stern stuff hasn't been collected. I'm surprised nobody here is asking for the Simonson Thor so we can get those original colors.
Yeah.
Because remember, the omnibus has the new colors that some people don't like, some people don't care, and others are really happy with. Somebody was just asking about Hawkeye Volume 2, and there's always a chance. I mean, look at Ant-Man. Ant-Man's getting a reprint and a Volume 2. Probably because of the movie, but hey. 90s Kazar would be excellent. That's the Mark Waid, Andy Kubert era.
There's a lot of Kazar. Like he's had a couple of series over the years, and they could all be in a really nice epic collection.
Agreed.
I have heard that there was going to be a Kazar epic collection at one point, but then they decided to shelve that for whatever reason.
Well, I guess the future. I don't know where I was going with that. I was reading all these comments. I guess
Bring
maybe.
it back. Let's get it. Yep.
Let's go through the covers one more time, if you don't mind, Curtis. And just want to remind
Sure.
people,
Yeah.
if you live in Europe, check out our sponsor in Europe, Walt's Comic Shop. They're out of Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and big DC books within the EU. Flat rate shipping of €12 for all EU countries. They answer your emails within 24 hours, and they do have a selection of out-of-print books. You can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout, all one word, to get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of €40 or more. And that's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. There we go.
And pre-order all of these whenever the pre-orders are ready. Okay, here are your covers for Epic Collection Round Robin, the reprints, and Proteus, the reprint. Those ones are covers we've already seen, of course. The Guardians of the Galaxy Modern Era Epic Collection, they're using the same cover that they've used on the old trade. That's what they use this one, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
And
oh, crap. Wrong live stream. Don't forget to smash that like button before you leave there, Martinez. Go ahead.
Star Wars Legends Epic Collection New Republic Volume 7. That is, this is the cover for the Murder Most Foul one-shot from 97.
It's an awesome cover, man. Brand new cover for this collection.
Brand new. Alan Davis. That's pretty cool. And there's the cover and the back cover for Avengers Epic Collection Volume 10.
And the spine.
With Beast on the spine there in the corner box.
A green beast.
And Venom Epic Collection Volume 4, The Madness, the very first Epic Collection to have a glow-in-the-dark cover, is what I'm hoping.
We have a super chat from my buddy Smutlog. Omar, please tell David we really need some MTU and Omni and Epics. I'm here.
Sure he already knows that.
And I'm always here to help remind them. But yes, I will be happy to remind them. I know there was talk, but like a little behind the scenes, sometimes they decide to move things around and then books get forgotten. And sometimes I email him and I'm like, remember this book? And he's like, oh, yeah. And that's how we got Defenders 2. Defenders 2, you all have no idea how long Defenders 2 had been around, moving in the schedule. It's crazy. Wognado Epics. You mean the Wish version of Omnis. Can I get that on a t-shirt, Wognado? Let's get that on a t-shirt. I like that.
Not fair. Oh man.
Oh man. But yeah, that's it, everybody. I just want to thank my co-host here. Curtis, tell us a little bit about yourself, where people can find you, man, when you're not hanging out with me.
Well, I do have a podcast that I used to do on a regular basis, but these days it seems like it's every other week or maybe even longer sometimes. Just not enough hours in the day, Omar. But
tell
anyway,
me about it, brother.
You can find that at epicmarvelpodcast.com, and I'm all over social media. I post some non-epic related stuff over on TikTok. If you just search for my name, and I also have a Substack newsletter where I talk about some comics and such that you can subscribe to. curtisfinley.substack.com.
There you go.
Oh, and I'm going to give away in the beginning of January. I'm going to give away a copy of X-Men Epic Collection, The Fate of the Phoenix, for those who have subscribed, who are paid subscribers to my Substack account or Substack newsletter.
That's right.
So
You
that's
heard it
my-
here first. Everybody's getting a copy from Curtis that's subscribed to.
What?
his-
Hey, hold on this.
Nope.
It's going to be a free. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. So there you go.
Omar, is Avengers Omnibus Volume 5 coming, or should I buy Avengers Epic 10?
You should do both.
Why not
Yeah,
both?
the epic, obviously.
No, don't get the Epic. Don't get the Epic. Get the Omnibus. Is it coming?
Epic.
Maybe. But that's it,
And we know
everybody.
definitely the Epic Collection is coming.
Quit butting in, man. I'm saying goodbye. Don't tell that man what to do. Free copies for everyone. That's right. Curtis's Substack right there. Go
Yeah,
get a
hold on
free
a second.
copy of X-Men. Make him go broke. At this moment, yes, thank you to the folks at Marvel Comics. Thank you to David Gabriel for sending us this information. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button on the way out. Check out our sponsors. Share the video. And that's it for us until next time. Next time could be the month of October, or it could be October, November, December. We don't know yet. But it's fun regardless. And love having you all here. If you're watching it on replay, let us know in the comments what you're most excited about. Smash that like button. Thank you again to my wonderful co-host, Curtis from the Epic Marvel Podcast. I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Omar. Yes, I'll be there.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.